Hey there, Russ here. Welcome back to the shop. I hope you brought your cup of coffee with you. So let's talk about the BS joint in wood joinery. And I know you probably haven't heard of that because actually it's new. It's old, but it's new. Anyway, basically, a BS joint is a joint that is using bamboo skewers. Now, just like any joint that's out there the kind of joint that you're going to use is a lot of it is based on the thickness of that wood. If you have 3/4 inch stock that you're putting joints in, dovetail joint is a nice joint to use. Finger joint is a great joint to use. You could do a butt joint. You could do a miter joint. And I've shown most of those and how to join all these together. And then reinforcing that joint is really the key. Pocket holes, pocket hole joints. You could use dowels, wood dowels, and to hold them together. And so there's a lot of other techniques as well if you want to use a mechanical way of joining the two together, brad nails. So, but as that wood gets thinner and thinner, those choices start to get more limited as to how you can make that joint stronger. And also the choices of joint that you can available to you will also kind of dwindle away. I don't think that if I had two pieces, and in particular, let's go down to a size of 1/4 inch or less. Now I'm going to focus on the 1/4 inch today. That's what most of what I've been doing is using 1/4 inch. I think that we could actually do most of the technique I'm going to show you today. You can use on wood that's 1/4 inch or thinner. Probably as thin as an 1/8 inch, I suspect, but I haven't tried it, so I can't say for sure that that would work. But I know that on 1/4 inch material, you want a good solid joint on 1/4 inch. That's a challenge to get and make it good and strong. So the two joints that you're going to use mostly when wood gets to be this thin, whether it's solid wood or plywood, it doesn't matter. You join two pieces together, it's not going to be a very strong joint because you don't have a lot of wood surface there you're working with. But the miter joint and the butt joint are the two joints that you're really going to use when you're constructing something with thin pieces of wood. A lot of drawers and things like that. So the two joints are the butt joint and the miter joint. The miter joint, they come together at a 45 exactly, and that's your contact surface, and that's the area that holds them together. On this one, it's straight across here, so you have end grain fully here and face grain on this one, and they come together. They're both inherently weak joints, so you really have to reinforce this joint. So how are you going to reinforce a joint that's 1/4 inch? You can't do pocket holes, I can tell you that now. And if you try to use 1/4 inch dowel or something like that, that ain't going to work very well because that's 1/4 inch material. Same thing with brad nails. You can shoot them into 1/4 inch material, but it's like playing craps at the crap table. You can roll them as many times as you want, but sooner or later you're gonna crap out, and sooner or later you're gonna get blowout with brad nails, and that is a real pain on small pieces of wood. So brad nails is something I don't like to use either. So what's left? Really, quite honestly, the way I reinforce mine, you can also reinforce it with what I call with some kind of gusset or glue blocks in the inside corners, something along this line, or a gusset like this. But that may interfere with what all you're doing. So if you want to put this together and make it super strong and not have to add anything else obvious to the corner structure, the bamboo skewer joint actually is a great alternative. The thing you have to watch out for is miter joints and butt joints. You have to do a little differently, but they're basically the same joint, just basically the different angle. If I'm going into a miter joint, this is at a 45. You want your skewer to go in at that 45, but you also want to try to bring that skewer in to the inside corner. The closer you are to the inside corner, the stronger that bamboo skewer will be holding the material, because you get more material that it's going through on both surfaces. So the further in you can get it, the better. You could go all the way in, and then it becomes a little mini shelf on a small box like this. If you put it in kind of in the center all the way around, then you have a mini shelf area for a tray. But for reinforcing only, and you don't want it to be on the inside, just keep it to just barely to the inside corner, but as close as you can get it. Now this joint is the same theory. You want that to go through this joint where these two join on the inside corner. So your angle is going to be more like a pocket hole here. It's going to go in steep on this surface, and it's going to come out flat on this surface. And you want this to go through this corner where these two are coming together, as close to this corner as you can get it without it being on the inside of the corner. Hence your pocket hole. When you sand this off, this is going to look like the opening of a pocket hole slot after you filled it with one of those plugs. And this will give you kind of like a really small dot. Over here, you get two small ovals that are kind of halfway between this pocket hole slot and this hole here. That'll be kind of halfway between the two. Just small ovals on them. But the real trick is that if you're putting some of these into a joint like this, getting symmetrical is the hard part. It's easy to get these in. I've done all these joints freehand, and I can do these freehand without any problem. All you need is a 1/8 inch drill bit, a hand drill, and a good eye. And you should be able to drill these out on either one of these two angles, depending on which joint you're doing. The real trick is to get them to line up. And if you look at this one, is it this one? Must be this one. Yep, it's this one. If you look at this one right here, you can see the two dots where I went in. Now this is a butt joint right here. And you can see where I went in right here. But when you turn it and look at where they came out, they don't look symmetrical to each other at all. So freehanding and getting them to line up and make them look right, it would be tough to do. Unless you use my little jig that I've kind of made. Now, as you get into making these things, I would recommend just doing them freehand to begin with into your material. But after you get used to using a little bit and you go to start making your own jig, you'll figure out how to make your jig. I wanted something simple to begin with, you know me. So what I made here is, this is two different angles. This one's at a 45 for miter joints, and this one is at 12 or 14 for the other joint. So if I'm going to do this is a miter joint here, so I would just take and use the miter joint one, and I can put this one on from either direction and use it. And to use it, all you do is you line it up. You take your drill bit, and then when I go to use this into here, because that angle is an acute angle, you have to go into the corner. So, like so. So what I do is I put it into the corner, and as you're drilling, it's going to want to try to go more in the corner. So all I have to do is watch it on the side to get the angle to line up to the angle of my jig. So when I drill this hole, I would line it up to where I want to put it in the hole right here. And then now that I'm holding everything, I then would just start drilling gently, and that will start the hole, and this will help hold the angle as long as I pay attention to where I hold my drill as I drill that hole. And once it comes to the other side, you'll feel it and stop. If it marks up this piece here, it doesn't really matter. And when you do that, then you move over here and do it again, those holes are going to line up on both faces. I've done it some. I don't have an example right here, but you can get it to actually be symmetrical then. And you can come up with all kinds of designs, quite honestly. The other thing you could do with this jig, I know one of the things you may be thinking is that instead of just having this inside inverted angle here, why don't you just extend it out and have a hole drilled in it? Well, the main reason I don't want to do that is because if I have, for example, here is my butt joint, and I want to do this piece. Let me find a different one. So if I'm going to go on here, if I really want this thing to lock in, I could actually take my angle of my joint and not only have this thing now guiding it this way for me, but I can take this and by my own hand turn it this way. If I come in toward the center and I drill out at an angle this way and this way, I'm getting a compound angle. Then when I move over here, I do the same thing here. I tip the opposite direction and drill and put it in, and then I end up with two that can be opposing to each other. And if I get the secondary angle right, they'll actually match when they come out to be symmetrical. So I had the flexibility to do something like that with this that I can't do is if I just had a straight hole, because then I couldn't do the tipping of it. I could only go straight in because that's what the hole is. So you can do it either way. My main thing is I'd like to make this eventually, I'd like to make it adjustable. So I have a little adjustment knob somehow. But this seems awful complicated just to drill a few holes. This so far seems to be a quick, easy way to do it. If you go to doing bamboo skewer, doing BS joints, and you want to make your own jig and you make something a little different, I would love to see your idea on it. But that's kind of how this whole thing works. So now you have a way of taking small material and strengthen it with nothing more than bamboo skewers. And most of the time when you do it, I pre-cut my bamboo skewers and keep them in a little box so that I drill my holes. And like I said, most of the time I would just freehand it if it's not something that I don't care about those holes. For example, if I was making something and I was going to veneer over it so that you couldn't see the joints anyway, and if I'm going to veneer over this, then my angle isn't going to be important. I can just freehand drill these on all corners, slap some glue on and shove them all in and set it aside to dry. Excuse me. And then sand it down. And this thing is ready to be veneered. And you'll never see them, even if they're not lined up to each other. Have to excuse me, I was getting dry on the throat, and then the coughing starts. So, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. You should try doing bamboo joints. If you're doing anything small or thin like this, it's a great way to reinforce your joints. I did a video about this. I'll leave a link to it a couple of years ago, I think now. But it was actually one of my biggest watched videos that I've had. And I don't know why it took off the way it did, but the BS joint is based on that, because since I started doing the bamboo skewers into these, I found all different ways to reinforce corners. Not only at 90, but even at angle corners, or if you're doing like here, you had the two pieces coming into one, and this is all 1/4 inch material. You could still do that with your bamboo skewer. You could come in from this way. Well, I would still come in from this way with my angle and come all the way through here and then do another one this way. Then when you get done, you can come through this way on these, and you can still get access to cut all your ends off and sand them down on all these areas. So you could end up reinforcing both of these with bamboo with the BS joint technique and get a good strong joint on the middle of a board like this. For example, if I turn it this way, now what you see is a vertical shelf, the vertical part of a shelf, and these are the two shelves that line up to each other. And now you can join them together very easily if you wanted to and get some pretty good strength out of it rather than just a butt joint. And you certainly can't put in 1/4 inch material, much of a dado, to hold those things in there. So the bamboo skewer, the BS joint, is the best way to reinforce this on a small, thin structure. So, are you going to do that? I don't know. But if you're working with smaller material, sometimes there isn't much information out there on how to really get a good, strong joint on it. So, and since I've been doing these strong joints, I'm also starting to look at how to make them look nicer, make them look symmetrical. And maybe I'm looking at other ways to maybe use these and put them at different angles. I was thinking about putting some kind of locking mechanism together where I put 2 pins in it of bamboo skewer, and that locks it together so that it won't open. If you want to open it, you take the pins out. I think it'd be kind of cool. There's all sorts of ideas that you can do with these. Once you start using them, hopefully you start thinking outside the box and you'll start finding other uses for them. They're simple to use. All you need is your white glue and your bamboo skewers, which you can buy at any grocery store, and they're cheap. So they're very handy to have in your shop. When it comes to woodworking, these are kind of like the duct tape of woodworking as far as I'm concerned, because they are really handy to use just about anywhere to add some additional strength. I hope this helped. If you have any comments, any ideas, any experience that you'd like to share, made your own jig. We'd all love to hear about it. Just leave it in the comments. If you like this video, you learned something here, hit that like button. Lets me know that I'm doing the right thing and that you are actually listening to me. So, most importantly though, please come back again, because I'm nowhere near done. And we'll see you guys again very soon.